Okay. Tell me your name again.
Jericka Tyler.
And tell me what just happened.
We were getting off the exit ramp at Union and Ferguson, and the police surrounded our cars with unmarked cars, and they weren't dressed in police uniforms. They just had their badges on them. And they approached us to the car with their guns drawn and pulled T-Double out the car and slammed him to the ground. Pulled Bascom out the car. I had my seatbelt on. I was the only one with my seatbelt on. So I was reaching to get my seatbelt on. They said, put your hands up. So I had to put my hands up. And I was waiting for him to open the door. He opened the door and said, slowly remove my seatbelt. So he removed it for me. And he's like, do I have any weapons on me or anything? Then they just like searched the car. They didn't ask for no identification. Didn't ask for registration or insurance or anything like that. Just searched the whole car. And I asked, am I being detained? They said, we have a gun to your head. Doesn't it look like it? I said, why are we getting pulled over? He said, I don't know. They said they wanted to get the car, so I'm getting this car.
It says unmarked cars, police cars, right?
It was unmarked police cars.
And the two other gentlemen were arrested?
Yes, T-Double and Bascom Mastery was arrested.
And they give reason for arrest?
No. Well, they said Bascom had a warrant, but they didn't give reason why T-Double was arrested. They took his gun and everything, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. We were right over here.
You also said they went into the car and damaged the car as well.
Went into the car, destroyed everything, dumped out our book bags, pulled out gas masks, took out like our Maylocks, our stuff that we usually protest with. They took his gun. They took a couple of Bascom stuff, so I couldn't really see what all they were taking. Because they pulled me over to the side, so I couldn't see what they were doing. They took my phone from me because they told me I can't use my phone. And I said, if I'm not being detained or arrested, why can't I use my phone? They said it's safety for the police officers because I could easily text someone or call them, and then someone can pull up on us and open fire on them. Yeah. So for their safety issues, they took my phone. So I couldn't like document or take pictures or anything.
And how many police officers you say?
It was 8 police officers and 6 unmarked cars.
6 unmarked cars. Well, how long ago was this?
This was... .310, because that's the last text I could get out. Emergency, T-Dub is getting arrested at 3:10.
Wow.
And then they took my phone after that.
So you were coming off of the expressway, so he followed you off of the expressway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One officer followed us off, and then it was just like a surrounding of officers just showed up, all in unmarked cars.
Where were you coming from before you, when you...
Friday, TGI Fridays,
okay.
downtown.
Okay.
We were eating lunch.
Wow. Thank you.
This is the plastic thing. I don't know what this was, but they threw one of those out. Threw the cup out. So the car was like right here. We got a car behind us, 2 cars on the side of us, 2 cars right up, and then there's a car all the way up there. This is where he got slammed on the ground, right here. Because the car was right
Watch yourself, man.
I keep forgetting that. They slammed on the ground right here.
So they did it in between the car and here, so basically it wouldn't be a lot to view.
Yeah. And then they told me when they pulled me out the car, they brought me over here, and I had to stand up here. And I sat down like right here. Because they told me, and that's when I asked them, am I being detained? And I said, well, I don't need to sit down. I'm not being detained. And he's like, well, you have a gun to your head, so what does it look like? But nobody ever heard or like assumed, like said, you're being detained, ma'am, or anything like that.
Or you're under arrest.
Yeah. So then he took my information. They did the walkie-talkie thing with the warrant check and everything. Bascom, in fact, had a warrant out for his arrest. So they took Bascom. And then they weren't for sure if they were taking T-Dub or not, because they were like, I was like, is he being arrested? They were like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. He's like, he doesn't do any drugs or anything. Like, he kept trying to ask me, like, what does your boyfriend have a pistol for? And asking all these questions. And I would never answer. So I was like, I don't know. They just took him. They're like, I was like, so he's a warrant? They're like, yep. But I've looked on his name several times on CaseNet and he has nothing out.
Did you call a court or anything?
I immediately called them because I was so you heard me on the phone. I was crying my eyes out.
Trying to figure out
I had a gun to my head.
The guy over there thought. So let's go see what he has to say.